Get the money, honey. 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 Happy Tuesday, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I know I'm late. I'm late. Normally I am here at 1 o'clock, between 1 o'clock and 1:30. But we had some serious technical difficulties. My internet kept going in and out. And so hopefully they fixed it. They said it was going to be fixed until 6:30 today. They kept updating, but I'm on now. So welcome. My name is Christina L. Turner, Kingmaker, and welcome to my channel where we do business talk here. This is for entrepreneurs. If you are starting a business between the startup to 3 years, and you need some information that's just not going to be overwhelming for you, this is the channel that you want to come to. I do have several other videos for, how to write a business plan and some other stuff that is in my YouTube channel that you are free to do that, to view those. Also, on Tuesdays, I'm still waiting for you guys to come this way. On Tuesdays, I do free consulting where you can come right here on the YouTube channel. Where you can ask me any type of question in regard to your business. I do free consultation, and it's normally about an hour and a half, however much time that you need during that segment. I will set out time specifically for you, and that we can chat and talk, and hopefully that encourage other entrepreneurs to come on as well, where they can get their hour to an hour and a half of business consulting for their business. We know that consulting services can be expensive, and thereafter, if you are not able to if you want to further go along with me for consulting, then of course, then we'll set you up for that, okay? So let's get into it. I am going to talk about what's out there. There's some grants that are out there for your business. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But before I get started, I really want to speak to you as an entrepreneur about value for your business as well. One thing that I know that in the consulting industry, that sometimes it's kind of hard to, how can I put it? It's kind of hard that when you're giving, when you have a service that provides advice for people, sometimes it's kind of hard to differentiate if people are going to invest into your business. And one of the things that you need to understand is that but I don't think that any entrepreneur should work for free. Now, just hear me first. Let me tell you what I'm going to say. Everything costs, right? So we all know that everything costs. Your materials cost, your sweat equity. When I mean by sweat equity, I'm not talking about like you're pouring down sweat, like you're working out. But what I mean by your sweat equity is that your thought processes, okay? How you think, how the mental fortitude that you're putting into your work. For if you're designing t-shirts, if you're opening up a store online, your ideas are not like anyone's ideas. And sometimes people that you're surrounded by, people that you have made friends with, sometimes it may seem that they do not value what it is that you do. And this is where you have to set boundaries for your business. Okay, you want to set boundaries for your business so that they will have an understanding that what you do is not free service. And you have to not feel guilty about saying no. You don't have to feel guilty about pumping the brakes on how much of your free time, if you are in consulting or giving any type of advice, you don't have to feel guilty about that. You don't have to make excuses about that. No is no. Okay, so if you are in the service industry, if you are in the product industry, if whatever type of industry that you have as an entrepreneur, it is okay to say no. It is okay to put boundaries. It is okay to say, you know what, I'm not giving any more advice. I'm not going to do that. If you feel that my service or my products is of value, then you are going to invest into what it is that I do. So I just want to give you, especially when you're starting off in business, and even those that are listening who have been in business past 3, 5, 10, 15 years, because I run into the same thing. People sometimes, this is so funny. People pay for what they really, really want and what they value. Let me just sum it up like that. If you value, or if anyone values for anything, you're going to pay for it, right? So don't allow people to put you on a guilt trip or try to manipulate you into giving them something that they feel like they're entitled to have, or they don't feel like that they need to pay for because you are a friend, sister, brother, cousin, mother, daughter, uncle, whoever you are, whatever you fall into your in whatever position that you fall into in your category, you do not have to give them your wares. It's okay to do it in the beginning, specifically if they're trying to support what it is that you're doing. I believe in support. So if you come onto my show here at the Christina L. Turner Kingmaker, you come here, not only am I, asking like for reviews, but I also go onto your stuff. And I also post something about you for you. So it's a win-win situation. It's not like you just come over here and it's like you're trying to prompt, Christina L. Turner Kingmaker. That's not how it works. It's supposed to be a win-win situation. But I just really want you to understand as an entrepreneur that it's okay to say no. It's okay to set boundaries. It is okay. And do not feel guilty about it, okay? So let's get into this money, because I need to tell you that there are some grants that's out and available that you can look for, that you can apply for. And another thing too, this is one of the things that I see a few entrepreneurs doing, is that they get intimidated when there's certain documentation that need to be had that they don't have. And even though you may have it, but you don't know how to put it all together. Another thing I want to do is offer my services. Let me know that you need help. You could go to info@Christina, Christina L. Turner, that's the initial L, Turner, .com. Okay, info@ChristinaLTurner.com, and just send me an email like, I need help with my application. If you're a startup and you need help, let me know. And that startup has to be between 1 to 3 years. I'm not going to do it for everybody. I'm just not going to do that. But if you genuinely need help and you're new and you haven't done this before, I don't have a problem with helping you. Okay. It's just that we're just not going to abuse, we just not going to abuse each other. That's not, well, take each other for granted. Let me just say that is abuse, but take each other for granted. So let's talk about like the first grant. I'm not sure if you ever heard of this. It's called, Invoice to Go. It's a growth grant. And what this grant does, it has a grant of $200,000. That's the total of the grant, to all businesses. So it may be minimal on how much money you're going to get, but business owners, and it's specifically for, and I'm not going to, I don't know if I want to say specifically for Black business owners, but it says that Black business owners can get $15,000 in funds. Okay. The entrepreneur have to be 18 years of age. So let's say to my younger entrepreneurs, like my granddaughter and stuff like that, hopefully that you may have someone in whose name is on your business, and you can apply for this grant that is $15,000. And what you need, but your business have to be less than 5 years old. So again, this is for startups up to 5 years, okay? And you must have less than 10 employees, and your revenue have to be under $1 million. So if your revenue, let's say that you have an online business and your revenue is $999,000, you can apply for this grant. It just cannot be $1 million. You have to write an essay, okay, of 200 words or less, explaining how the grant is going to help your business. And to more details, I have the link. I'm going to put the link underneath the description here so that you'll have the link if you want to apply. I am very good at writing. So if someone needs help on writing how this grant can help your business, let me know. Now, listen, these grants are not guaranteed that you're going to get it. I tell people that the worst thing that you can do in regard to these grants is not applying. Okay, so if you don't apply, then you miss your opportunity on getting these grants. Okay. Another one, this is for Black business owners. It's called the MANSA Fund, MANSAFUND. Okay. It is a grant. And how to apply is you have to write about your business needs. Okay. If you are selected, then you're going to get paid via PayPal. So if you select, you get it through PayPal within 24 hours. And so the Mansa Fund website, there is a website where there's a link. It's easy to fill out. I just clicked it in. It's going to ask for your company website. It's going to ask for your business address. Okay. And you want to be able to fill that out, describe your business. And then if they're going to give you any type of funding from the Manson Fund, then it's going to automatically go into your PayPal. The Manson Fund, it comes through a West African Malian empire. That's where they developed the name from. And that it talks about trading through the African continent. So this is really, it's really, really nice. And it has to do with your current needs. So whatever the current need for your business, if you are approved, you get that money within 24 hours, okay? So just remember that that it doesn't tell me how much money that you can qualify for. There's nothing like that. So I guess it is contingent on I guess at their discretion. So, and it doesn't tell me how much the money they have in the pot either. So I'm gonna also have the link put in below in the description for the Manson Fund. All right. Another one is called the ASEAN, ACCION Opportunity Fund. It's the Fast Break. And I think I spoke about this in my last video about the Fast Break through LegalZoom. Remember I said that LegalZoom was given $500? Well, also the ASEAN Opportunity Fund has partnered with the NBA, the WNBA, and LegalZoom, okay? But with them combined, they're giving $10,000. So LegalZoom in themselves is giving $500 to 50 small businesses. Minority owned firms are encouraged to apply, okay? And you must have been in business at least 6 months. So you don't even have to be in business for 1 year, but you need to have been in business for 6 months, and that your revenue have to be less than $1 million. And I will also place that there in the content below. I also have some more information. So those are the 3 top places in regard to where you can apply for grants. Like I said, one is within 24 hours, and I'm not sure how long the duration of the other grant that I mentioned. Now, one of the things that you're going to have to do is go through the process, okay, which is going to lead me into this. This is not about grant, but this is also about money and those that need a processor. Now, I'm going to break down this particular type of processing to process your payments. Like, let's say, for instance, you take credit cards, and let's say, for instance, that you do jewelry and you go to trade shows, or you go to some of the networking events and you're able to set up your booth. This particular processor is called Slice, like you slice a piece of cake. It's called Slice. And I'm going to expound a little bit on the difference between the traditional processor versus the slice processor. And there are some differences, but, and you can decide which one that you may consider to use. And I will also say, even though I'm giving you all this information, one of the things I really would like for you to do too is to follow up and do your research. And I know that there's a ton of us out here in the wide web, you know, through social media. We're all giving advice. I don't care who's giving advice, myself and those and others, but I would like for you to make sure that you do your research. Okay, so Slice accepts credit cards for free. Okay, they accept the credit cards for free. There is a zero processing fee. Now it says 0%, not zero processing fee. That means 0% for them to process your credit card expenditures. Okay, so traditionally, they use debit and credit cards, but the payment, what you have to do is you have to have a payment. There's a percentage on using their terminal to process your payment. So traditionally, traditional terminals normally charge between 2.7 to 3.5 for a processing fee, okay, to use their terminal. With Slice, and they are not paying me to do this advertisement either. Slice payment terminal, they automatically calculate 3.9%. Okay, so, and then here that they pay for the traditional pays no fee, the customer pays no fee, and they get reward points. The customer on Slice though does pay a fee, but they still get reward points. And then the merchant, you lose 4% in additional to the processing payments through a traditional terminal. So you're only going to receive 96% of your revenue of your sales amount. But with Slice, you receive 100%. Now, to me, okay, it kind of like balances out. I'm trying to figure out which one would be better, because to me, it's almost like it's the same, okay? Except for like Slice has a 3.99%, okay, payment terminal fee, whereas other terminal fees have 2.7 to 3.5. I don't know. So you're paying 3.99%, and then, but you're getting all of your money, all of your revenue, separate from, you know, the fees that you have to use the fees that you have to pay to use their terminal, versus you're paying 2.7 to 3.5 and you're only getting 96%. It's kind of weird to me, but that's something that you want to check out. You know, go and look and check it out. Okay, so I have something that I want to talk to you about. I normally don't speak about my financial investments that I do, but I am on this one, and I am really big on cryptocurrency. The reason why I'm big on cryptocurrency is because you can make money just like that. I mean, lots of money to cover yourself, to protect yourself, to whatever you need it for. But this particular program that I am in, that I have, okay, and I'm in a couple, and then I also do trading alone on my own. I buy crypto and do whatever I'm going to do with it on my own. But this particular, and this one I'm doing on my own too, but this particular program, I really love it. It's an artificial intelligence, okay? You can put as much money as you want to in it. And what this artificial intelligence does, it does the trading for you. So that means less mistakes, okay? I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna say that it's 100%, but I could say that it's up in the 90s plus, okay? In the 90s plus, and making sure that you turn revenue. So you can start off with $50 and see how that works. And then you can put more money to trade with. I'm gonna put my link inside of this particular video, and I don't do it often on how I make money. I don't, and you know why. You already know why, because you know we got all kinds of different types of people there, and I'm not going to say haters, but sometimes people get jealous and they don't even know they're being used by the spirit of jealousy, and that's another whole talk show. But I'm going to put the information there so that you can look at my link, and then you can make an educated decision if you are interested on participating, okay? It is $99 a month when you sign up. How much did I pay when I signed up? I'm trying to remember. I think I paid like $129 to sign up, and it was $99 a month. And I get trades all day long. All day long is going off like wildfire, where I can take a trade, I can set it up, I can put, you know, what I want to do in exchange, and then it lets me know. I have my system set up that I don't take trades beyond a certain number as far as percentage on that is going to be an accurate trade, so that I don't lose money with cryptocurrency as far as trading it. Not crypto, but how can a Forex currency? It's foreign exchange. So, and I keep saying crypto. I don't know why. Maybe I should tell you about crypto. I think I'm going to tell you about the two apps that I use for crypto, because I keep saying it, right? So for my foreign exchange account. So it actually is an artificial intelligence. It does it for you so that there's no guessing, that you won't mess up your money. And again, like I said, that it's been pretty good with 90 and above. I will not going to say 100% because there's nothing 100%, but I would say if you have, I would say use your lunch money, you know, instead of, you know, eating out, you know, I would take that money and use it to invest with doing foreign exchange. And then I will also take some of my lunch money and to invest in doing crypto. And so right here on my phone, I'm going to show you guys myself. My foreign exchange app is now on this particular phone, where I have my artificial intelligence not on this particular phone. It's on another phone that I have. However, my MetaTrader 4, and I'll show you here, this is my chart. This is, you know, where I can trade and put my trades in on my phone, and it's connected to my main platform, which is Hugo's Way. So if I put in any type of trade here, I could do it on my phone. I can do it when I'm traveling. I can do it in the middle of the night. If that's something, if I get a trade, I can do it right here on my phone through my MetaTrader 4, because my account is hooked up to here. Now, that I said, I'm going to put a link, no pressure. I'm not trying to sell you anything, but I do want you to be wealthy, get the money, honey. Okay. So I want you to be wealthy. You know, I wish you would prosper even as your soul prosper, and your soul is the way you think, your emotions, you know, that, and your will. So, you know, if you get your mind right, then you're going to feel different, and then you're going to act right. Just going to say that. But one of the things that I have, one of the apps that I do have is, and I'm putting my code in, I have an app called Gemini. Now, I started buying crypto on my Gemini app. What it does is that I have my bank account where I can connect it. See that little, I don't know if you can see it. It's like a little card thing where I can add money. I think you see it if I turn it this way right here, and I can add money to my market where I can buy crypto, okay? When I started getting into crypto, because I was so nervous, you know, because there's a flux, and then, you know, there's a whole bunch of people that says, oh, you need to get into Ethereum. Oh, you need to get into Bitcoin. Oh, you need to, and all these different crypto coins. There's thousands of crypto coins. Listen to what I'm saying. There are crypto coins that the masses, if you're like on TikTok or you on Instagram or even Facebook, you know, you have people that say, oh, you should get into this type of crypto. Make sure you buy this, make sure you buy that. But there's also one thing that I always do. I have this thing with drinking out of the same glass as other people. That's been one of my things. I do listen, I do pay attention, and I feel that if there is if it's a trend, because one thing I know I learned about being in investment, when you're investing, like the trend is your friend. I've learned that through in Forex, that the trend is your friend. Yes, it is on some cases, on a lot of cases, but it is not the all to be all. I do look and I do pay attention. I invested in some crypto coins that people were not talking about at all. And I've been seeing such a drastic change and what I do. The reason why I don't tell people what you should do, what you should put your money into, because I do not want to be financially liable. When someone said, oh, Christina said that you need to do this and you need to do that. I don't do that. I just say that what you should do, I think you should invest in crypto. I think you should invest in Forex, and I think you should invest in the stock market, but you need to pay attention to what it is. One of the things that helped me, how do I make a decision? When it comes to investing in the stock market, I always think about, and this is the easiest way that I can say it without me giving exactly what I do. One of the things I think about is, what is it that everybody needs? That's what you want to invest in. Things that people will not be able to do without. Okay. So that's a hint. Okay. Things that people will not be able to do without, that's something that you want to invest in. You can also, when you're doing foreign exchange, you can do foreign exchange with gold, silver, any type of element. You can do it with any type of currency for any type of country. You just, you know, like I said, if you want to learn. One of the things, and they're not paying me to do it, I will tell you the exact person that you would need to go to if you really want to learn how to do Forex. Dr. Carlos Wiley, he is my financial mentor, and or Dr. Raphael Spiller. Those are the two men that I know that are multimillionaires. And Dr. Carlos Wiley is actually my person. I love him and his wife. They're very genuine, authentic, integral. Okay, because if I'm not going to put your name out there if you're not upholding integrity. For the foreign exchange, which is the link that I'm going to give you at the bottom with the artificial intelligence. He has really been mentoring me through that. No, it's not a pyramid scheme, none of that stuff. You're all about you trying to create a legacy financially so that you're financially sound. Because I know I'm tired. Okay. I will be 54 next month and I'm already ready to retire in 2 years. Like, again, like finally. And retirement for me would be working because I want to, not because I have to pay bills or whatever. You know, I'm at this age now where everything needs to be on automation. And I think when you're young and you're trying to build your life, one of the things that you want to do is you want to also think about legacy, building a legacy. These things are not quick fixes. Okay. These are not like you're all of a sudden you're going to wave a wand and then poof is you're just going to be a multimillionaire. To some people, because I do believe in miracles. I do believe in energy, and that's what money is. It's a currency. I like to say currency. You know, I like to use that term because it's constant movement. It's the energy, and you want to tap in. Also with the crypto coins, I would download the Gemini onto my phone. Start with $10. Just buy a little bit here. When I started, I started with $100, okay, because that was my lunch money. And what I mean by lunch money is, let's say I have a budget a month on how much I'm going to spend on myself, taking myself out to dinner, to go eat out, and I love to really eat good food. So I took that $100 and then I broke it up in little parts. Okay, I'm buy $10 worth of this, $5 worth of this, and you can do it. You can set it where you can control when you're going to make deposits in certain coins. And also Gemini is really good, especially if you're starting off, because they don't have a plethora of pairings for crypto. They don't have, it's not a ton of them. So that you won't get overwhelmed. Another one is Coinbase. I have Coinbase, and I will show you what it looks like. My Coinbase right here. I have Coinbase as well. And what I do, I trade on my Coinbase. I don't use that much as I use like my Gemini. And then it also tells you, gives you a reading on, where you made money, it highlights green, and, where you lost a little bit, it highlights red. And you can also upload money for that. So with the grants information that I gave you earlier in this video, and you also have some information about some investments, who would I choose to do, to use investments? Oh, one of the things that I did not even, I don't know if I mentioned this before and in my other videos, Fidelity, if you set up a Fidelity account, you can also invest at your will. They don't have to do the investment for you. So I have two separate accounts. One, I have someone that is investing for me, that works my investments and put stuff in. And then I have one where I do it myself as well. And please use risk management in any type of any type of investment. You want to use risk management, because don't put money in there that you cannot afford to lose. That's why I say use your lunch money. Instead of you buying, $150 worth of shoes, take that $150 so that, if you're paying yourself and you want to treat yourself to a share or some crypto or something like that. And then too, you could set up accounts for your business, for how to do invest with your business. And I'll talk about that because I don't want my video to be too long, and I don't want to give you too much information, okay? Because I've given you a lot already today. So again, if you are interested in coming on here and for me to do any type of business consulting with you, I'm so open for it. I don't have a problem. Go to info@ChristinaLTurner.com, and then I'll sign you up. And then you're going to send me the information about your business. Even if you're starting up, if you even have an idea and you just need to know what I need to do first, like what am I supposed to do? How should I do this? Can you help me? And then too, once you get done meeting with me, for the exchange, and I say for the currency exchange, would be you give me the review, and I also provide tools for you as well. So let's say you need a template, to write a business plan, I'll send you a template. Where to find money, I'll do all of that. So anyway, if I don't make any comments on you, I want to tell you thank you for being a part of the show and waiting for me, because I know it was hours later. And I hope you have a great evening this Tuesday, and see you next week. God bless.